Genie Entertainment presents the following.
Hello and welcome to Friday Night Bullshit. It's July 17th, 2020. On this week's show, the Queen is a cunt, the wonderful world of assholes, my top 10 favourite songs, and more after the break.
You are listening to Friday Night Bullshit.
This is a public service announcement. Your balls are showing. Thank you.
You are listening to Friday Night Bullshit.
And we are back on Friday Night Bullshit. Gough Whitlam has been fired as Prime Minister. News to you? Well, it was 45 years ago. He was fired by Governor General John Kerr. Now, in order to do this, you're supposed to go through the proper channels, which is go by the Queen, get everything all signed off in that manner. Well, what happens if you did it before telling her? Back then, you had to get written permission, because you didn't really have internet. Now you would think, what led up to one of the biggest moments in Australian history, that he would have been fired for that. But no, since he technically didn't have permission for that. But I could give you a good reason why the Queen didn't fire him. It's because she doesn't give a fuck. The Queen never gave two fucks about Australia. She doesn't give a fuck about probably most of the countries she governs. She's only in it because she's with the family. And yeah, it's just, she never has any interest, and when you think about it, you run pretty much independently anyway. So keeping her or getting rid of her as a republic, it really wouldn't matter because we have our own currency, our own independence, we have our own trade, so we could really do without her. At the moment, we're going into a recession, so it probably wouldn't be a smart thing to do right now. 4 or 5 years down the track, why not? I see no reason why not to. She does nothing. There's nothing important about her. I mean, all you see is the royal kids being born, the royal weddings, funerals, and at some point you just get sick of it. My opinion about the royals doesn't change. I hate them. Never liked them. I think they're all smug assholes. But then that's just me. And we will be back with more after the break.
You are listening to Friday Night Bullshit.
Hi, I'm SJW Steve, and I have no soul. Just like most SJWs. SJWs have no soul. We have no sense of humour. We have no sense of entertainment. We have no sense of anything. That is because we have no soul. So go to sjwshavenosoul.com and support our cause because we have no soul.
You are listening to Friday Night Bullshit.
And we are back on Friday Night Bullshit. So this week I had to get new external hard drives. I ended up getting 2. So what happened is, my original one, because what I do is I record the shows on there and keep everything on there. It started playing up, so like it wasn't recognizing it sometimes, and it took forever to transfer everything over. But I went to a shop here called Officeworks. And what they did was, because of everything's all locked down and all coronavirus, and you have to do all the social stuff, the social distancing stuff, I went in there and, like, I've been into other stores before where it's like limited, people can go in, they stop you in lines, you have to sanitize your hands and all that other stuff. This was a little bit extra the extra mile. Walking in there was kind of like a prison. Like you go around the aisles freely, like all you want. Like there's all your art supplies, there's all your office works and stuff like that. It's like office supplies. And when I got to where the external hard drives were, there was this whole line just leading up to the register, and it was all single file, like you were in a prison. I've never been to prison before, but for some reason it felt like it. And man, it's a different experience coming out of there. But anyway, coming up next is The Wonderful World of Assholes. As we last left you, Shithead Steve had cast a spell that had him leaving shit in the urinals at the wizard school's bathroom from his mouth. Well, it got him fired as a janitor, his wife left with the kids, and here he sits unemployed. He is at the bar now, with a 300-pound beer belly. He goes to get up and goes to the bathroom, but he diarrhea shits out of his mouth, as he never reversed the spell. Tune in next time to The Wonderful World of Assholes, and we will be back with more after the break.
You are listening to Friday Night Bullshit. Sky Genie Entertainment runs the Sky Genie channel on YouTube, Mixler, and more. You are listening to Friday Night Bullshit.
And we are back on Friday Night Bullshit. So now I'm going to dive into my random Nonica experience from the app I used. So what this is, it's an app where it takes you to random locations, but it's meant to be like all this paranormal type app. And so I tried it last night. I tried it at midnight, the whole things, and they say don't do it on your own, but then me being the fool. From what I've been hearing of this app, there's actually news reports on this of people finding decapitated bodies, and there's also exploring videos where they find like items like dolls with heads chopped off them, or random jewelry or stuff like that. And I thought, well, why not do something and try something positive? And because what happens is you go into this app and there's like I don't know how it sets, and I think that's by design. You're not meant to know, but it's meant to go off positive and negative thoughts. So when I tried this, I tried with a positive thought. Now it's not without its creepy points. Before I won't say what I used, but when I had the thought before I attempted it, there was some creepy stuff going on, because I went to a service station to get a drink, and there's all this creepy stuff that was happening beforehand. But with the positive thing, that it got to the end, it's usually at the end of this destination you would find stuff, but here I really didn't find anything really, but it was a bit creepy towards the end. But going through the experience, like there was things on the way, that like stuff with meaning, and it's I don't know how to explain it, but it was weird, like very weird. One talking about the future, one talking about the past. There's like from a crossroads, and strange stuff. Now I'm not normally into paranormal stuff. If you want that, people like that's inhuman experience. But as for me, that's not really my cup of tea, because I generally don't believe in all of that stuff. But it did have a little bit of a thrill to it. I did it on my own at night time. It would have been awesome if I got got people to do it with me, but then in a new town that's not easy to get. But people are recommending don't get this app, and it's because people have found bodies attached to it. There's videos out there you can find of stories of this, and I recommend checking them out because there's like exploring with fighters, exploring with Josh, and stuff like that. I do recommend because there have been cases that people have also been followed with this app. And I don't know if that's the designers around the world just planning stuff, or if that's some more creepy stuff. I recommend don't do it alone, and make sure you're with at least a group of people so you're a little bit more safe than just one or two people, because you never know what crazy fucks are out. But yeah, anyway, that's my random non-nuclear experience. The next thing I want to do is my top 10 song list, and I'm going to do this weekly. For this week, I'm going from 10 to 1, so it'll be at least a 10-week thing, and it's giving me some material. Yay. So number 10 is Scorpions, Winds of Change. Now, if you're listening to this live or live to record, you're going to hear this next. If you're listening to this on YouTube, sorry, I'll put a random song in that actually I made. Yeah, I made a remix. How's that? Yeah, skillful, aren't I? Anyway, you'll hear that, which you probably heard 1,000 times, but here we go, and we will be back with more after the break.
You are listening to Friday Night Bullshit.
Choke me, devil daddy, choke me. I thought perhaps a gateway to the other side had finally crinkled and cracked, opening up a putrid passageway in the middle of Chain Street to Beelzebub's bungalow many, many miles down. Choke me, devil daddy, choke me. I don't know. As I stared into the darkened void, imagining the hordes of devils soon to spring forth, I couldn't help but ponder. Choke me, devil daddy, choke me. How deep does that hole go? Choke me, devil daddy, choke me. Choke me, devil daddy, choke me. Choke me, devil daddy, choke me. For on this hallowed day, sweet, sweet Mama Earth opened up her gaping and gaseous orifice to finally allow the darkened one to claw his way out of the shadow zone and into our luminescent heaviside lair. Like Kruger into the Thompson's tub, and my consciousness is Nancy's open thighs. Choke me, devil daddy, choke me. I don't know. Choke me, devil daddy, choke me. I can only hope my vexed savior ascends, and that my servitude to the one true maestro of mayhem can finally be proclaimed. Choke me, devil daddy, choke me. Choke me, devil daddy, choke me. Choke me, devil daddy, choke me. Through the holographic plane of existence that flickers and fades, like an Alf rerun watched at 3 o'clock in the morning whilst your sleeping stepdad slumbers and snores, I now see this world as evanescent as I lock eyes with the legion of the underworld who will stand shoulder to shoulder with me and see me as more than Mark who works at Arby's, see me as the true soldier of Samhain that I really am, and together we will chant into the brightened fray, stepdads be damned and naysayers be gone, for I am the prince of Purgatoria. I am the infernal firstborn son of Lucifer. I am Gordon Shumway the rogue, last son of Melmac, and the luckies of this world didn't even stand a chance. I don't know. Choke me, devil daddy, choke me. Choke me, devil daddy, choke me. Choke me, devil daddy, choke me. Holes are pretty cool.
You are listening to Friday Night Bullshit.
I didn't have a stupid shit of the week this week, and really there's no really point of doing a weekend planner because everything's in lockdown. So thank you all for listening, and I'll catch you later.